I think everybody will remember Stuart as being a big helpful guy, you know, certainly at work, because that's where I met Stuart. I met Stuart through obviously the police. I was in quite a number of years before Stuart started in the police, and he would do anything for anybody. And I know there's been a few times where, you know, we've needed help on jobs, and you know, Stuart was the type of guy that you wouldn't hesitate to come and help you. And I'm sure everybody will agree that if you ever needed to know anybody's shoulder number or Izzy number, Stuart was your man. Now, for the people that are knowing the police and don't kind of know what that's all about, you've got a point-to-point number where you can talk directly to somebody else, some other cop. Now, Stuart knew every single cop's number off by heart. He was Mr. Memory. He would help you with any task, and I don't think Stuart knew how good he was at the job. I think he always questioned himself, and you know, he doubted his abilities. Sometimes, not all the time. Stuart was a very, very good cop. I just think he needed to be encouraged to believe that. And I know that if he ever needed help, he was always on hand to help. He was a big train enthusiast as well. He could tell you everything about trains, everything you ever needed to know about trains. So I think the British Transport Police was ideal for Stuart. You know, he loved the job. I mean, with a passion. You know, we all like to do the job, we wouldn't join it otherwise, but Stuart, I think Stuart just had that wee extra bit, you know, that maybe the rest of us didn't have, you know, in terms of the dedication to the job. You know, he would take extra shifts and all the rest of it. He loved the job more than I think people actually knew, and you could just tell that. And I think if Stuart, you know, didn't have the job, I don't know what he would have, but certainly he would. The job was probably one of the most important things to Stuart, and helping people, again, that just came, I think, is natural for Stuart. Certainly that was my experience of him. I'd dealt with many jobs where I got Stuart's help, and you didn't even need to ask him. He was there and he helped you. We used to car share a lot, getting into work, and we used to have a lot of banter between us. I would slag him, he would slag me, but it was just pure banter. I would have done anything for Stuart, and he would have done anything for me.
Hello, my name's Davey, and for those that don't know me, I'm Stuart's dad, and I'm very proud to say I'm Stuart's dad. I just really want to take this opportunity as part of this video montage and just really to thank everyone for the support that they've shown to Jane, Logan and myself throughout this time, and continue to show it. It's unbelievable, and I'm so grateful for it. Yeah, Stuart was a fantastic person. A fantastic son. We went through loads together, highs and lows, many lows, and thankfully quite a lot of highs as well. But knowing that Stuart was in such a great place when he sadly lost his life is very, I was going to say pleasing, it's not pleasing, but if you're grieving, knowing that your child was happy, and if it had to happen, it happened, but knowing that he was in a good place, it brings a little bit of comfort to your grief, and I say a little bit, a tiny bit. Yeah, Stuart was just Stuart was Stuart, as you all know him, the big gentle giant, and you know, we'll never ever forget him. He's at rest and at peace, I hope, with his mum up in Innisnaburlin cemetery near Fort William. Because Stuart was always a Highlander in his eyes. He was a Highlander, and I used to kid him on. I said, "You're a Carluke branch of Highlanders." But anyway, thanks again. As I say, I don't know if I didn't mention the Benidorm boys, Chris, Darren and Stevie, and I know there's others as well. They were really good friends of Stuart, and I had some tales going there, but I don't think I ever got to hear the full story of some of them, although I did get some from Darren and Chris when Stuart had just passed. But obviously, one person I really have to thank at the moment is Joe Roy, who's doing a fantastic number of challenges and unimaginable lengths he's going to do these challenges. Unbelievable. I've seen one, I think it was up Tinto Hill, carrying various dumbbells and other things, and beggars belief. But again, Joe, listen, thank you very much for what you're doing and what everybody's doing, keeping Stuart's memory alive, and I hope to see some of you on the 14th October at the event Joe's organising at Carluke Bowling Club. If I do, great, and if I don't, I hope to catch up with some of you there soon. Thank you.
I think my fondest memory of Stuart has to be, and it's not just one, there's several. We car shared, me, Stuart and Chris car shared into work, and the banter between Stuart and Chris is probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. The two of them would go at it, hell for leather, and it was on great fun. And Stuart gave as good as he got. You got a wee bit annoyed at times, which is really, really funny. And then when Stuart got annoyed at you, he would point at you with his middle finger. And everybody who's listening to this right now will understand what I mean. If Stuart was annoyed with you, he would point the middle finger at you. Then you knew you were in trouble. And him and Chris in the car going to work, I am so glad that I've got the memories, because it was the funniest thing ever. Chris would give it to him, you know, quite hard in a good way, and then Stuart would get annoyed and he would sometimes lounge over the front seat to the back seat to get him, and Chris would be in giggles, I would be in giggles. The time we car shared, and I don't think I've even told Chris this, but the time we car shared is probably one of the best periods for a long time in terms of having a good laugh. You know, I always looked forward to the car sharing, and when Big Stuart wasn't there, Chris and I would sit and just have a normal conversation, we'd go on with it. So that just kind of tells you what kind of guy he was. He just brought a different dynamic to the conversation and just made it more fun. So yeah, definitely the car sharing.
Hello. Firstly, I would like to thank Joe for his incredible efforts over the last wee while, raising all the money and doing all the challenges in memory of Stuart. I'm actually quite surprised that Joe's managed, to be honest, just due to his age and his incredible weakness. I'm sure Stuart would agree and probably say a lot more under his breath. This has actually been quite difficult to make this video. Stuart was ultimately my best friend, and I didn't realise really what friendship was until Stuart was no longer with us. I know that I'll never find anybody as loyal and as caring as Stuart was, and I feel very privileged to have had Stuart in my life for the 5 or 6 years that I knew him. Funnily enough, I've found myself recently doing quite a few Yorkshire accents, and I know that's obviously definitely a trait that I've got from Stuart Gray. Maybe often do a north of Scotland accent, which I can understand being from that area and having family in that area. I could never understand why he was so Yorkshire orientated at times. Ultimately, this is just a quick message to say that I'm really happy that we're all remembering Stuart, and I hope we always continue to remember Stuart. Again, thank you very much to Joe for all his hard work. Thank you.
I decided to do the challenges, and it was pretty much it was by chance. I noticed that the donations weren't coming in as quick as I would like. You know, I wanted hundreds of donations to come in, and we were hitting our target. It's just the type of person I am. And I always remember people at work saying, how much would it cost for you to shave off that big beard of yours? And I always used to joke with them saying it'd be priceless. So when the donations weren't coming in, I wouldn't say they dried up, but not coming in as quick as they were, I thought, I'll put on Facebook how, if somebody gives me £100, I'll shave off this big beard. Literally within, I think, an hour or so, there was £200 in the Just Giving page. Shaved the beard off, and I think it was a light bulb moment. I was like, that's how we do this. So Dougie came up with the first challenge. He told me to do the body attack class in a full morph suit, and he would give me £30. So there you go, he gave me £30, I had to do it. I bought the morph suit, and I just happened to do that challenge in probably one of the hottest days we've had up here, and the air conditioning at the gym wasn't great. So that was kind of the start of it. The beard was a light bulb moment. The second challenge, I noticed in the gym, it was a 400-metre farmer's walk, and you could carry whatever you wanted, what you thought you could do. So I decided to go big or go home, as they say. I'd done I think it was 40 kilograms, dumbbells in each hand, 400 metres round the track. The one after that, and it had to be this one, it had to be the bleep test. You know, there's a work connection there. Most people at work hated the bleep test, so I decided to do that because I was curious as to where I could go with it as well. But not only that, you know, I don't like to do things the normal way, so I decided we'll do a 20 kilogram weight vest on top of that. After that, obviously Martin decided to come up with the last couple of challenges. We could do a 10-mile run with 50 press-ups at the end of each mile. And then the mother of all challenges was 52 kilograms in the form of a weight vest at 20 kilograms and two 16 kilogram cast iron kettlebells from the bottom to the top of Tinto. I mean, really, who does that? You know, so over the last 5 weeks, that's been the challenges. You know, my body might be aching now, but I am so glad I done those challenges, because if it wasn't for those challenges and the videos that Martin's done, there's no way I know that we'd be the amount that we're at the now. So this is also a big shout out to Martin, because without those videos, I know for a fact we wouldn't be at the number we're at the now. So yeah, that's where all the challenges began, with that big bushy beard. What would Stuart think of me doing these challenges? Well, everybody will know that he had one of the big crazy daft guy laughs, you know what I mean? He wasn't a daft guy, but he'd one of the big crazy infectious sort of laughs that, you know, if he laughed, you laughed. I know he'd be calling me a dick, 100%. He'd be like, "You're a big dick, yeah, I love to see you in pain," because we had such good banter, Stuart and I. He would call me all sorts of names and it was all in good jest. I always joked about him that he was a virgin. That was one of our longest running sort of banters we ever had. I always said he'd never been with a woman. The two of us went back and forward on Facebook with it, at work with it, but it was all in good jest. And yeah, he would be standing at the sideline, probably on every challenge, laughing, shouting and mocking. And that's exactly what I would expect from him. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Stuart would have been exactly like that. Thanks guys for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Again, I would like to thank everybody for the donations. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't have managed to do these challenges or be motivated to do these challenges. Every single one of you that have donated has inspired me to do these challenges. Some of you I've put in 2-3 times, which is incredible. For those of you that haven't donated, anything you can give, you know, there's all sorts of reasons why people haven't donated, you know, they're working away or they're too busy, that's fine. But anything between now and the 21st of October when it closes, honestly, it would mean the world. You know, anything, £2, 50 pence, I do not care. Whatever you put in goes towards the British Heart Foundation, and I think, you know, it's going to be beneficial to the Just Giving page. Anything that can inspire us to get on to that 7,000 number that I'm looking for. So thank you very much, and I really, really mean this from the bottom of my heart. To every single person that's donated, you have no idea how much it means, and you have no idea how much it inspired me to get through these challenges, because, you know, the later ones were horrendously difficult, especially somebody my age. I'm almost 50, so it becomes a lot more difficult. But without your donations, I would have never have got through it. So thank you to every single one of you.
Without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see